Dear students, if you were in the class, I would have given the reference of your practical laboratory manual, but since you are not in class, so I have applied this method to give you a glance of your practical lab manual in addition to the theory part of redox titration which was taught to you. Here you see that there is one task given. This task could be any number of experiment. It could be experiment number 1, 2, 3, 4. Depends upon which experiment you would have done in the lab. Like we had begun with salt test and then we had done redox titration. So after testing say 15 to 20 salts, this would become experiment number say somewhere 21 or 22. So as of now you can only write down experiment number 1 and the aim will be the first task which is given. See, there is a action verb given. Prepare m by 20 solution of ferrous ammonium sulfate, which is also called as more salt, and using this solution find out the molarity and strength of KMnO4. So if you have seen the previous video, I had explained about primary standard and secondary standard. Here KMnO4 is a secondary standard and hence its volume and strength has to be found out. So volume we can measure using pipette and strength we can find out by the stoichiometry of the redox reaction given. If you see the molecular reaction, so it has been balanced, but just to find out the stoichiometric relation of the oxidizing agent and the substrate which is getting oxidized, you can simply take the ionic equation. This ionic equation will show you that 1 mole of KMnO4 combines with 5 mole of Fe2 plus and Fe2 plus becomes Fe3 plus. This we had seen in our previous video also. So this is the basic principle which we will use to find out the strength of KMnO4 solution given to us by using a standard solution which either we will prepare or will be given to us in a prepared manner. Now the process of preparing 250 ml of m by 20 more salt is that we take that much of quantity of more salt which forms m by 20 molar, that means 1 by 20 molar. The molar mass of more salt is 349 gram per mole. So accordingly, if you calculate the amount of more salt required for 250 ml to prepare m by 50 strength of more salt solution, you will get 4.9 gram. So 4.9 gram of the more salt is dissolved in 250 ml of the solution in a volumetric flask. How a volumetric flask looks like I had shown you in the previous video, and hence it is suggested that if you find that any of the terminology in this demonstration of your laboratory manual is difficult, you can refer to the previous video wherein I have shown you the apparatuses required also. So after the standard solution of more salt m by 20 in 250 ml is prepared, we keep it aside. Then we take a burette and in that burette we put the KMnO4 solution, or we fill the KMnO4 solution, the strength of which has to be found out. So I am discussing point number 2. Now why do we rinse the burette with the KMnO4 solution? We rinse the burette with KMnO4 solution so that if there is any other impurity in the burette, that can get cleaned up, and if there is any air bubble in it, so that air bubble can also be forced to come out with the flow of KMnO4 solution. Now, as you have seen in the reaction that this reaction was in acidic medium, see H2SO4 was added, 8H plus was added, isn't it? See 8H plus was added. So we have to acidify the solution which has to be titrated. So we will take one titration flask. Titration flask is nothing but the conical flask, which looks like this. Like this it looks like, conical flask. In the conical flask or in the titration flask, we add KMnO4 solution and around 20 ml, that means one full test tube of dilute sulfuric acid, so that the reaction medium becomes acidic. As you know that the redox reaction takes place in acidic or basic medium. Now, after adding acid to the conical flask or titration flask, we allow the KMnO4 solution to fall into the ferrous sulfate solution or ferrous ammonium sulfate solution or more salt or the solution containing Fe2 plus salt. And what happens? MnO2 reduces to MnO4, MnO4 minus reduces to MnSO4, which has +2 oxidation state. So here reduction takes place from +7 to +2, and Fe2 plus is becoming Fe3 plus. Fe2 plus is becoming Fe3 plus. Fe2 plus is becoming Fe3 plus. Now you can see very clearly Fe2 plus in this line. Fe2 plus is becoming Fe3 plus, isn't it? So this is how the oxidation and reduction reaction is taking place here. Now when MnO4 minus will become MnSO4, it will lose its pink color, and slowly when the KMnO4 will become slight excess after complete consumption of the more salts Fe2 plus ion, then even 1/4 of the drop or half of the drop or a full drop will give a faint pink color. I had shown you the faint pink color in the previous video which I had made. You can see how the faint pink color looks like. So the appearance of the faint pink color shows that the reaction has completed completely. Now after the reaction has completed completely, we measure how much of KMnO4 is consumed. Now as much of KMnO4 will be consumed, 5 times of that will be the molarity of Fe2 plus. So with this we can find out molarity of KMnO4 by using the equation using the equation molarity of KMnO4 multiplied by the volume of KMnO4. Whenever you multiply molarity of KMnO4 with volume of KMnO4, actually you find out the number of moles of KMnO4, because molarity multiplied by volume, molarity multiplied by volume gives number of moles. So number of moles of KMnO4 divided by number of moles of more salt will come out to be, either you can write 1/5 or you can write 2/10, both are same. Now the volume of KMnO4 can be found out by the titration which you had done. Initially, in the burette of 100 ml volume, we will start with 0 ml. We will start with 0 ml. When I did the experiment, I found that at 19.5 ml initially, the faint pink color appeared. After that, I did not refill the solution, but with the same solution which I was having excess or enough to conduct 3 more experiments, I kept on running the solution into the titration flask. So from 19.5 ml, I got 39.5 ml. So how much volume did I consume this time? I consumed 20.0 ml. Similarly, from 39.5, again I did third experiment and I found that the volume consumed was up to 59.5 ml and the difference in the volume was again 20 ml. So in this way, for every experiment using 20 ml of the more salt pipetted out, I got 20 ml of KMnO4 consumed. So let this value, the concordant reading 20 ml, be equal to X. So we can write that number of moles of KMnO4 divided by number of moles of more salt is equal to 1 by 5. How? How can we say so? From this equation. See, from this equation, 1 mole of KMnO4 is combining with 5 mole of Fe2 plus, isn't it? 5 mole of Fe2 plus. So from here I am getting the equation that number of moles of KMnO4 found out by multiplying molarity of KMnO4 with the volume of KMnO4 divided by number of moles of more salt will be equal to 1 by 5 or 2 by 10, you can write down. So let this value which we have got through experiment be equal to X. So we can write down molarity of KMnO4, which is not known to us, it is not known, has to be found out, multiplied by the volume which I took as to be X, divided by m by 20 of more salt solution which we had prepared. If you remember, we had taken 4.9 gram of more salt and we dissolved it in 250 ml of water. We did this in the first task itself. Multiplied by 20 ml of more salt which we had pipetted out. With the help of a pipette, we pipetted out and we added H2SO4 solution to that. So with this we can find out the molarity of KMnO4. So if I put 20 in place of X, I am getting the molarity to be 1 by 100. How can we convert molarity into strength, that means gram per liter? It is very easy by multiplying it with the molar mass. So 1 by 100 multiplied mass will give out to be 1.58 gram per liter. 1.5 gram per liter or 1.58 gram per liter of KMnO4. So this is the trick which we apply. Now I had explained what is there in your lab manual, and this was one of the tasks out of 4 to 5 tasks based on redox titration which is given in your curriculum. In next 4 days, I will be picking up those tasks and I will be explaining you in this manner. You are requested to refer to your laboratory manual and search for this particular experiment. Which particular experiment? Experiment in which it is mentioned that you have to find out the molarity and the strength of given KMnO4 by titrating it with more salt. Depending upon which lab manual you are using, this can be in different pages. So I cannot suggest you any page number. However, I have visualized the important page or the relevant page to the maximum possible in this descriptive video. This should be sufficient for you to practice and record the experiment roughly once, and then you can show me. After you show this to me, I will guide you further what has to be written, what has not to be written. It is obvious that when you will conduct this experiment, you may not get the value which I am getting over here, because you will have different type of errors. You may get different type of burette, you may get different concentration of solution, and this may vary. This value may vary. Someone may get 17.5, someone can get 18.5, someone can get 19.75, someone can get 18.95, someone can get 19.35. So you will get a variety of values here. So we expect that each one of you will not get the same value, because each one of you will be preparing 250 ml of m/20 solution of more salt on your own, and there will be individual human error in each case. In that case, if you attempt to record it by copying it from someone, then there will be uniformity in the recorded data. That can welcome doubtful situation, which may lead to deduction of your marks. So be honest with the practical work, and you can keep this table blank to be filled in, or you can write down any value between 18.5 to 20. There are infinite number of decimal values, but it is suggested to use such decimal values which can be seen in the burette with proper resolution. Like, you cannot see a value in the burette or in any scale like 19.0005. So the maximum resolution or accuracy or precision of the value is 0.05 ml. So you can vary the numbers after decimal up to 2 digits only. So I had given you the tips and tricks and the techniques along with the ethics of practicals to be followed. As of now, to practice, you can put down a value using a pencil, but I suggest you, when you will do this experiment in the lab, erase those value and put the value which you will be getting after doing the experiment. I hope you have understood. You can replay the video and refer to the previous video related to this too. This will help you to understand inside out of the story related with redox titration. Thank you.